Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Jewtalk, and I'm amped up on something. I need to know your guys' opinion. I don't know where exactly you could put it. Maybe we should have like a discussions channel, and maybe we could have a thread on Jewtalk suggestions on something. I don't know, but basically, I'm gonna rant about a video I made recently. I made a video called "Jew Reacts to Hitler Oversimplified." You might have seen it. It's about Hitler's upbringing. It's animated. It's in like a comedic undertone, silly video. And during the beginning part, right, it talks about Hitler's childhood and that he was getting, and like his father like would spank him or whatever, or like beat him or something. And for context, like they animated Hitler, a kid Hitler with like a mustache on his face, so it looked like, you know, Hitler just small with like they put a propeller hat on his head, and people were getting upset because every time Hitler got beat, I said good. I said good, and people got upset by that, and they were explaining to me, like, you have to understand, you have to, you know, this is one of the things that caused him to be a villain, and you shouldn't say it's good that he was beaten, yada, yada, yada. And I was pretty much saying that I get that, right? I can understand that. However, there's certain situations, I'd say about probably one situation, and probably about one person, in the entire entirety of existence, maybe a little more, where I wouldn't feel remorse, where I wouldn't actually feel bad that he was that happened to him, given the context of what I know about him, right? It goes back to like the would you kill baby Hitler, knowing what he's done, knowing what Hitler's done. Would he kill baby Hitler? That's sort of like the situation. Me, I mean, I think we know what the answer is. And that was sort of context I was looking at it in. You know, like, I get it, but you also have to have the perspective of, this is someone that killed dozens of millions of people, millions of my people, and dozens of my own family, right? And so that context, given that context, it I don't feel remorse for that. You know, you can't really. I get where you're coming from, but in this specific situation, it's hard to get me to feel remorse for that, and that's why I said good. That being said, the undertone of the video was comedic, right? I was being satirical while saying it. You know, I was like, oh, freaking yeah, good, he got beat, he's freaking Hitler. You know, that was the undertone, and also it looked like Hitler. That it was animated as a little Hitler. So I'm looking at this little Hitler guy while I'm saying that. And like obviously I don't condone. Do not beat children. It was just this certain scenario in case I don't feel remorse, you know? Obviously, technically speaking, it is sad that it's technically like sad, yes, that happened. But like, imagine this here, like a villain origin story, like with like superheroes, right? Let's say there is a villain and he had a whole origin story, right? That villain eventually killed the superhero's parents. And like that superhero, like he now like he vows that he's gonna kill that guy or whatever. Now imagine some dude down the street like walks over to that person and says, you need to have mercy for that person, right? That villain like this happened to him when he was a kid. He went through this thing, he went through that thing. What's that hero gonna say? I think personally, he's not gonna say, "Oh, you're right. I'm gonna have remorse for this person." He's gonna think, "No, screw that. This villain killed my parents. There's no situation where I'm gonna have remorse for this person." I get that happens. Is that like technically a good thing? No, but like if somebody told me like, "Yo, that happened to him as a kid," that hero's gonna say good, because that guy freaking killed my parents, right? If you never knew that kid. If you didn't know the context of that villain, that is different. But knowing what that villain has done to that hero and expecting the hero to like have remorse for that person, no, he killed that guy's parents. Why? In what universe would he have remorse? Right. So that's sort of where I was coming from, where you know you really only have that feeling when you're related to and speak with actual survivors. That's like where that hatred will definitely come from. Obviously, like never forget and things like that. And I know this is still gonna be like like not political, but like not everyone might agree with me on this take, and that's perfectly fine. You know, that's what discussion is for. But obviously, technically speaking, yes, it isn't good. It is not technically good that happened to him when he was younger. However, I don't have remorse for that, because he killed my family. He killed millions of my people. I'm not gonna have remorse for that, knowing what I know now about Hitler. That's what caused me to say good. And it's also a satirical video, right? I'm joking throughout that entire reaction video. I'm kind of not taking it seriously, because the video itself, it's partially serious, but it's also animated in a goofy, like, comedic way. And as I said before, like, the kid Hitler literally has a mustache. So I'm looking at, like, Hitler here, right? And knowing what I know, that's how I reacted. Would you kill baby Hitler, knowing what he's done? That's sort of my rant. Feel free to talk in general, maybe, about what you think about that. Am I wrong for saying that? Can you see my perspective? Whatever. Anyways, join the meme contest if you haven't already. Check announcements. Literally, God bless. Appreciate y'all.